Hi, thank you very much for coming to our website or YouTube channel to check out our review of the State of California Department of Aging, Taking Care of Tomorrow, a consumer's guide to long-term care. And one thing I like about Consumer's Guide is they're in plain English for both the agent and the person that is looking to purchase long-term care insurance. Or if you can't afford it, maybe you'll qualify for Medi-Cal, or you just don't plain want to buy it. It still gives you a lot of information so that you can prepare for any event. And if you have a loved one that you're taking care of, or you're in the industry, this will give you a lot of help too. So basically, we'll be going by this booklet as our lesson plan. And when you look at this booklet, if you go in the upper right-hand corner, there's bookmarks. Now, your bookmarks will be different because they were done by the Department of Aging. My bookmarks are here to be a lesson plan. And also, there's rules about marking on somebody else's paperwork because it's official and you might change a meaning. So the link that you'll get is a clean copy and doesn't have any of my markups. So before we get into the whole brochure here, let me show you some of my background and education in the business. So, here's my biography page, and all these links will be on the main page, and I'll have a section that says links to everything that's mentioned in here where I do have a web page that's relevant. So I've been in the business a long time, since when I had brown hair and all of it. My father was an insurance agent. You'll see that here. My grandfather, my brothers, my uncles, just like the movie with Danny DeVito. Not Danny DeVito, but, whatever. My cousin Vinny. So, we went to San Diego State University. I majored in insurance. I've got a chartered property and casualty underwriter. There's a section in Taking Care of Tomorrow which says all your agents have to be honest and full disclosure. Well, I am an Eagle Scout. I'm also a National Association of Life Underwriters, registered health underwriter, registered employee benefit counselor. My license is current. And I'm going to put a link in here so you can go on to the State of California's website and see that I've kept up with the continuing education. Since I have my website now, I think the most important continuing education is just doing this website where I'm constantly learning and constantly looking up things. I did just take the 8-hour course on long-term care, and that's where I realized that the copy I had was 2007, and they just got a grant, so they updated it for 2018. And a lot of the things that went on in the class on PowerPoints are all right here. So I really think this is a much better way for both agents and the public to see what's going on. So you can contact us going to our contact page. So you can click here on any page where it says enrollment or questions, and that will send us an email. You can go here to this form to send us an email. Here's our business card. And then, here's our email address. We've been in the business a long time. We think we're very helpful for everybody. So we've got videos about it. We've got our degrees and educational background, customer service, and we're looking out for you. And then this is our main page on long-term care, where we've got the brochure so you can, see it anytime. We explain in general about long-term care. Medicare does cover limited things for certain amounts. We've got the full brochure here. Although the Taking Care of Tomorrow, you'll see that they do a pretty good job of explaining what's there and what's not covered by Medicare. And then, take a look at this page later. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners also has a brochure. So getting back to our main guide here, they've got a table of contents, so you can go that way and look up whatever you need. Here's their introduction. And let me see if I can, no, that looks about as big as I can get it and still see something. So your situation is unique from everybody else. And so if you want to quote, the best thing to do is to send us an email, and then also we'll get to it, but there's a questionnaire. So if you could send us that questionnaire, then we can look and work out various alternatives for, whatever you need. That's the resource guide on page 83. And here's an independent state of California says that if you have questions, you can contact this, that, and the other thing. And of course, your insurance agent, and we're here to help. They've also got a glossary and an index. And of course, you can email us, and we're happy to look those things up. We even have a full page just explaining what ADLs, and I'll get that into that in a minute. And ADLs are your activities of daily living, where if you can't do 2 of those, then you can collect under a long-term care policy. So don't quote me on anything. We've got to look at the exact language of the brochure, the policy, the evidence of coverage. Then it gets in here to understanding long-term care. Medicare doesn't pay for everything, just the nursing home, but you have to need nursing. If you only need someone to cook for you, help you bathe, that doesn't count as nursing home. You need to be getting actual medical treatment there. So a lot of this does get technical. There's limits on Medicare nursing home, maximum 100 days. And can't get into too much detail because I want to keep the video under 15 minutes. Long-term care, like I said, it's basically if you can't do the activities of daily living. Then they also go into instrumental activities of daily living, and so forth. So it's just kind of something we'll have to discuss further. And then there's different types of facilities, homemaker services, so you may also want to get your family members involved, because that's where most people are getting their long-term care, is from family members and not getting paid. On the downside, though, if you've got a daughter and she comes to take care of you, that's estimated at $300,000 in wages, lost pension benefits, and may make her more likely to fall into poverty later. So most people are just able to stay in their homes and in the community and don't really need a nursing home. So we can adjust the policy to better fit that. And, we don't need something that pays out lifetime at the maximum nursing home amount. And we'll get into that a little later. Different ways to avoid needing long-term care is get good nutrition, regular exercise, physical activity. And here it says physically active on a regular basis, one of the healthiest things that we can do. This is a government, publication. And that's not the insurance company telling you that, but we do have a page on wellness and nutrition, and you'll get a link to that. But we don't do a whole lot with it because there's other websites that do a better job. It takes determination, discipline, belief that good nutrition will do it for you. Broken hip can be a serious thing. If you do need home health care, nursing home care or long-term care, here it goes into different ways of doing it. Home health care, personal care, homemaker services. Now, hospice is also covered by Medicare, and I've got a separate brochure on that, but we'll go into that another time. And adult daycare. Alzheimer's, is a big issue. We've got pages on our website that will explain to you about different ways to find different services. Now, we're basically in California only, so that's where you'll find that's where we excel. You also want to let your family know what your wishes are in long-term care. And we've got pages on our website that talk about advanced care directives, wills, power of attorney. Medicare now has as part of the wellness visit, you can discuss these things with your doctor and, do advanced care planning, estate planning, Medi-Cal eligibility. Now, there's attorneys that can help you with it, but we can give you some preliminary information. What's it going to cost if you need to buy long-term care? Well, your home health care costs are like $157 a day. Nursing home is $300, but a lot of the policies now are concentrating more on home health care because more people, use the home health care than the actual nursing home care. You may be able to have it be tax deductible, so we can send you more information on that, and you can check with your CPA. We'll send you the citations. Medicare is limited. You actually have to need medical attention, not just someone to, feed and clothe you and so forth. Medi-Cal, here it talks about Medi-Cal paying. The problem if you have money is Medi-Cal can put a lien on your house. Now, there may be some attorneys that can help you avoid that, but it's hard to say. Medi-Cal also offers in-home supportive services. And then here's where I can help you the best is in standalone long-term care insurance. And here we discuss that you have to be basically healthy to get it. It's a function of your finances and needs. So if you're poor, you can go on Medi-Cal. If you're really rich, you just pay it out of your dividends and coupons that you're clipping. It's in the middle, where long-term care will help you out. And then it's all a function of activities of daily living. When you get a long-term care payments, it's not taxable. There's different kinds of policies. And then in California, any long-term care policy is required to offer home health care, personal care. And then here's the questionnaires that we were talking about. So if you can send, it's on my webpage, but also if you could just go here and send this to you in an email, they suggest that you be willing to be able to spend up to 7% of your income. If it's going to be more than that, then long-term care maybe isn't for you. How much is your assets? because if you go Medi-Cal, you have to spend all your assets to get in there. Now, don't quote me on that. It's a complex thing. We can guide you a little bit, but you're going to need an attorney or the Medi-Cal social worker to work with you on that. And then I would still double check everybody because you don't want to lose your home. And that's a whole different, video. And there's attorneys that have done that. I only have a year of law school, so I'm not going to get into all the details on that. And then a waiting period. It's like, how much savings do you have? So if you do need home health care for a month or two, can you pay that out of your pocket, out of what you're getting on Social Security, out of maybe other policies that you might have, like disability insurance, or if you're working, state disability insurance or any other income, or maybe you have family members that can take care of you for a couple of weeks. That would be the waiting period. And then, here's a worksheet on basically the same thing. Questions to ask the agent. Well, we'll give all that to you. Alternate plans that you can look at is your life insurance, annuities, long-term care. So if you've got money saved up in annuity, that can help. If you already have life insurance, you might sell that policy for the cash. If you have disability income insurance, that can be used to pay really for anything you want to pay. Here's other resources you might check with. And then some of these things I don't really get into. CalPERS is a different conversation. California Partnership. I'm not really sure how many policies are being written in there, but we can check into that for you. And then what I really do like is when they publish something, but have the definitions of all the terms. So here's those definitions. And then they've got an index here. So anything you need, you can look up, suggestions for further reading, resources, and then, at the bottom of the YouTube video, we'll have this page for you, and then we'll be going in and giving you a link to all our other pages that when you read this guide in full, that it goes into, like coverage for hospice, Medi-Cal, nursing home, and so forth. So thank you very much for sticking with us. And when you need us, it's steveshorr.com, SHORR, and just email us, steve@steveshorr.com. And then it's real easy to set an appointment with us. I'll be putting in another link here that says set an appointment, but you'll find it at the bottom of a lot of our web pages. But to set an appointment, it'll be on the main website. Let me check. Maybe it's here. Okay, so if you go to the main part of the website, steveshorr.com, and then click on set a meeting. But we'll make this simple. I'll put it at the bottom of the YouTube video. But you go to set a meeting. Today's May 24th. So you could still get a 4:30 meeting with us. But Monday, here's the times we're available. And so you just click off the time, whatever's convenient for you. And then, half hour, and just let us know where you're at so we can look up anything that we might need to. So thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.